good to be back. After a year of Zoom, it's just good to at least get back somewhat more normal. I know we still got to follow some protocols and stuff, but at least we're getting back closer to the way it was before. So great to be back on the field. That was the best thing. It's just good to finally get started again. And when you think about it, it's been a year ago. Last week that everything got shut down and had everything taken away from us. So I think certainly we have a greater appreciation for just being able to be out there and be together. And that was the highlight of the day today. It's also, we had a first spring practice since my first spring here, and it's the vast majority of our team. It was our first college spring practice ever. I mean, probably 75% of our team has never had a spring practice session. So so much positive today. We're rusty as crap. I mean, we certainly don't look like we're in mid-season form or anything like that. But the greatest takeaways are incredible attitudes, just great effort, guys running. You're not having to push them to go hard. You're kind of having to pull them back a little bit, and that's refreshing. A lot of depth, which is refreshing too. After some of the issues we've had, first couple of years, first year and a half I've been here. So so many positive takeaways from today. It's gonna be a quick turnaround. With the weather this week, we delayed the start, and so today was practice 1. We'll turn around tomorrow morning and go again in practice 2. So we'll get 2 practices in pretty quick, and then take a couple days off before our first day of contact on Tuesday. So overall, just a very positive day.
Coach, you mentioned the first really spring practice was the first practice of your tenure here. How far do you think just the practice habits have come since then? I mean, you had to do so much teaching your first practice compared to now, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's no comparison. I mean, it's night and day. I think that things that stand out. I think the size of our fronts, noticeably, if you compared that first spring to now. I think overall team speed. I think it's something that probably stands out compared to that first practice. And then just attitudes and effort. I mean, it's the expectation is they're going to go full speed. I mean, you're not sitting out there trying to coach effort. You can coach technique and coach fundamentals because the effort's there. So it was an enjoyable afternoon.
Coach, can you talk about Big John and the guys in the weight room from the time that you started till now, the difference that you see?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, John, obviously I have a very high opinion of him. I think he's one of the best in the business, if not the best in the business. And he's done a great job with our guys this winter. We sat down after the season. We did have a little bit of an early ending to the fall, with playing SMU and then, no school at that time, so the kids went home immediately. And then the recruiting dead period, so, gave coaches more time in the office. And so we went through every single kid and looked at them objectively from a standpoint of, what do they need to improve on in terms of, strength, speed, flexibility, size, one way or the other. And so, we're able to come up with detailed, plans for each kid coming into spring. And so John had time to design all that, and then we gave him a long winter to lift them, run them. We started spring practice a little bit later than probably you normally do, but it gave him more time in that weight room, which is what we had stolen from us, last spring and summer.
You're a defensive guy. Give us some of the things that you feel like are reasons for optimism. You lose a few guys, you gain some new guys. What do you like about this defense potentially?
Bigger, faster, stronger. Second year in the scheme. Those guys that were true freshmen playing last year, they're not freshmen anymore. Confidence. I think some continuity with the staff. Attitude. I anticipate on Tuesday that I'm not going to have to worry about the physicality aspect. So I just think there's so many things. I think that bunch is going to play with edge, and so it's going to be exciting to watch.
When you look at Holton being a veteran guy, I just
Yeah.
wonder what your philosophy is with the spring with a guy like that. Do you let some of the younger guys get some one reps in, and you let Holton kind of sit back at times, or do you want Holton always with that first unit?
Well, I mean, obviously there's going to be more guys than Holton that get reps in the first unit, but let's talk about him first. I mean, he is in the best physical shape that I've seen. He's slimmed down some. He's really worked on his flexibility. He's more explosive. He's faster. I mean, he has noticeably improved his body and his athleticism since the fall. It was something that we talked about with Big John and Donnie and Holton. You know, this is what he needs to do, and he's worked his tail off. And so it's great to have a guy like that. You know, a veteran that we all. I was about to say I believe in, but I think we all believe in. He's the leader of our team. He's the leader of our offense. But you got four other guys. We need to get reps, and so Holton will get his reps and he'll get his work. But I think it's very important that we really develop those other guys, and so they'll get a lot of work.
Do you have any conversations with Blake Harrell or moments kind of leading up to today? I mean, he hasn't had a spring practice technically until today.
Right.
Do y'all get to laugh about that at all, or how do you think he kind of enjoyed it?
Oh, I think he enjoyed it. I mean, I think we all did. It's just like with the strength and conditioning stuff and the plan for them. We spent some time looking at things we did well, looking at some things that we did poorly, looking at some places we need to improve both schematically and fundamentally with some of our players. And so, we spent a lot of time together, and this is what Blake did not have last spring, summer. He didn't have the chance to really teach the defense. The first day that he had with the kids, we're getting ready for Central Florida. We're getting ready for I guess at that time it was Marshall, getting in preseason camp. And so it's different now because all you're worried about now is us. We're worried about our team, our fundamentals, development. And so I think he and all the defensive coaches are ecstatic to have this.
Coach, a couple guys that missed last year with injury, Henderson and Stringer, I know Henderson was out today. Stringer, is he able to do anything right now?
Yeah, he's fully cleared. You got to get over the some confidence issues after an injury, especially a lower leg injury. But he was able to run around out there today, and I thought he looked okay. I think it's the more confidence he gets in himself, I think you'll see him be able to get out there and really compete. Noah is continuing to improve, and I'm remaining optimistic that we'll see him back out on the field again at some point.
And with Stringer, I mean, he was obviously kind of a starter before the injury. Jair obviously stepped up last year. Is it good to have a guy like that back with his experience, but also kind of the depth there?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have him back. Now, it's a completely different situation than when, he was here. I mean, that first year, we didn't have much depth, and you didn't have any competition. And right now, it's going to be a dogfight at those safety positions to get on the field because you're three deep with quality players at every position. So that's a good thing. You're going to be able to not have to play a guy 75 snaps. You can play him 40 snaps. They can be fresher. You can use them on special teams. And so, he's going to have to fight his tail off to get back on the field.
How are the early enrollees adjusting since arriving on campus?
The older early enrollees look like older players. DJ Ford, and I was talking to him as we came off the field. And, he looks like a veteran player that has composure and has played in big ball games. The young guys, they look like they're high school seniors. Walter, he got out there his first snap at quarterback. I mean, I don't think that it mattered if what the look was. He was going to pull it and run. And and Cruz, he was spinning all over the place out there in coverage. But that's to be expected. They're talented players. They'll improve every single day. I could not imagine my senior year in high school trying to compete in college practice.
With today, as far as drills and kind of different things you'll do within practice, is that pretty consistent with what you'll do a week, 2 weeks from now, or does it kind of change and build from practice to practice?
Well, it changes when you put on the pads.
Yeah.
Everything right now is in helmets, so it's a lot of footwork and technique, and when you put on the pads, then it truly becomes the game. And so the drills are going to change, what you're working is going to change, the physicality is going to be a factor. So it's a progression kind of deal. The first thing I observed today is we need a little bit more individual time. We need to have a little bit more time to teach and stuff than what we allowed today. And so, you know, got to build that into the schedule for tomorrow.
You had a couple of new coaches at tight end, inside receiver, and running back. It seems like there's been a point of emphasis to make better use of the tight end position. But overall, offensively, talk about the evolution of this offense and what you kind of expected.
Well, I mean, you know, the first thing that stands out is I think we got a chance to be pretty good up front. I mean, I think that, you know, we're continuing to build that group, but we have some depth, we have size, you know, we have ability. So I think that group's going to continue to improve, just like we watched it for the first year and a half here. You know, yeah, we need to make a more concerted effort to use the tight end because we got talent in that room. You know, I'm really excited about Shane Calhoun, and I thought he had a great day today. He's the guy that can kind of do everything, but we have some other guys in there too. You know, I've got confidence in. So our receiver group, obviously, there's a tremendous amount of confidence in that group because you're returning a lot of veteran playing experience right there. And I think we all know what we have in the running back room. I know we're a little thin on numbers there right now, but you know, we got quality, and we got some more quality coming in this summer.
Coach, as far as the capacity is concerned, last year was really tough for the players, coaches, and fans. Fans wanted to be here.
Yeah.
With the season tickets being on sale, how important is it to go ahead and get a lot of fans committed and ready for Dowdy to be rocking in the fall?
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the home field advantage things we have here is our fan base. And so it's kind of like the spring game. You know, we're going to be able to have 15,000 at minimum at the spring game with the current capacity requirements or capacity allowances by the state of North Carolina. So that's exciting. You know, I hope that we, you know, meet that capacity for the spring game. You know, our home opener, we all know who we have for our home opener, and certainly that could be, you know, a huge ball game for our program. So I hope we have 51,000 in the stadium for our home opener because there would be nothing better than to see it rocking, you know, that Saturday night in September. So I think it's critical that you know, season tickets will do a great job with that, and you know, our fan base kind of rallies behind this group because I think we're going to be an exciting bunch to watch.